Welcome to the Testor Scale Workshop. I'm Brett Green, and today we're with Derek Hansen from Accurate Armour. Derek, it looks like you've been very busy with new releases lately.
Yes, indeed. We try to have something new for the show every year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good for people who've paid to come to a big event like this to see something that they haven't seen before for the first time. It just adds to the event and the show.
No, that's right. So I can see we've got some 48 scale editions in the case here.
Yeah. Well, this year we tried 48th was a new venture for us because there are vehicles which are very appropriate for aircraft, and 48th scale being a standard aircraft scale, it was appropriate that we do them in that scale. So we try to have 2 or 3 every year. So this year we brought out a very unique Thomson refueling tanker, 3-wheeled thing.
Yes, I love that. It looks fast, doesn't it?
It looks fast, but unfortunately it's limited to 5 miles an hour. And these models that are painted just in grey primer, they're coming soon.
Yes,
so they'll be out in a few months' time.
Yes. Yeah. But you haven't forgotten the 35th scale crowd, have you?
No, well, that's our main business, and it always has been. It's the cornerstone of what we do. We like to do everything from World War I and right up to these, which are the latest vehicles used by the British Army. So it's basically, it keeps the interest going, I think. You have to be up to date where possible, but you've also got to remember the historical context. You know, and all of these are related in some way.
Yes, indeed. And you just recently released crew figures for the Coyote and...
That's right. We complement the vehicles with crews designed specifically to fit in them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And weapons and packs and bits and pieces.
Weapons packs, accessories.
And they're all available now?
They're all available now, yes,
right.
Absolutely.
And what else have you got in the 35th scale side of things?
Well, going from the very modern, going to the Cold War, personally, that's the era that interests me the most. It's what I grew up with.
Right, yes.
And we brought out the ScaleModelworld.
Ah, fantastic.
Big old recovery truck.
Yes.
Very British. The British trucks always look old-fashioned.
Yes.
But in reality, they were all very capable.
Yes.
And this old machine was almost unstoppable.
Right.
Anyone who ever drove one's never forgotten it.
Right.
So,
and the Malayan dingoes are quite interesting too.
Again, it just rings the changes on a kit. The Mini Art Dingo is a lovely little kit, and it's always nice just to do a conversion on a kit that's enjoyable. Yes. And it gives you another dingo to add to your collection.
Yes. Yep. No, fabulous. And more new material, I guess. We're not finished yet, are we?
Well, no. We mustn't ever forget Northwest Europe and the World War II era.
Which I suppose is probably the most popular era for modellers at the moment?
I think it is. The interesting thing is that Allied subjects for many, many years were neglected.
Yes.
Now, many people might think that as a resin company we would be annoyed about the resurgence of plastic injection companies doing it, but quite the opposite, because it increases the level of interest.
Yes.
For many years, plastic injection companies were only interested in doing Axis vehicles, but now they've started to turn their attention, and in my opinion quite rightly, to the Allied side.
Yes.
And so we always like to keep abreast of what they're not doing.
Yes.
And so we brought out a Humber ambulance, just to show that we haven't left that alone. Right. Again, it's sometimes quite nice to do vehicles that don't have guns.
Yes.
And, in all conflicts, you must remember the backup services, the motor transport, medical, and all of these other things. So,
which were numerically vastly superior to the number of tanks and frontline weapons.
Yes, hugely. And I think even if you look at the Royal Air Force, I think by the end of World War II they had over 100,000 vehicles. So there were huge amounts of motor transport. And again, with British subjects, there were so many trucks, so many famous names. Humbers, Austins, Albions, Scamels, Bedfords. There's a lot to do, and luckily for us, there's a lot still left to do.
Yes, that's right. Well, we'll look forward to seeing some of the decisions you make about what you will be doing next in 2011. Is there anything you can talk about with forthcoming releases?
We're going to continue, I think, with a theme of the heavy recovery trucks.
Yes.
You will see a lot more Cold War vehicles.
Right.
Probably some makers' names that have never been kitted before.
Right.
And that's quite exciting. So I think there's a lot for next year. We'll see.
very much look forward to that.
Okay,
Well, Derek, thank you very much for your time, and we'll see you soon.
Okay, thanks again. Thanks.